they were among the top honors that I had in the sheriff's office. I've been here for 19 years, served in the jail, served in patrol, served in school resource, and as you saw earlier, most recently in animal control. Of the 19 years that I've been here, 17 of those have been under Sheriff Lynn Nelson. I remember in 1997, shortly after he was appointed, that I was a little intimidated by him, so I didn't rub shoulders with him and visit with him all that much. But I remember reading in an interview shortly after he was appointed how his focus was going to be on Cache County and the employees and the safety of the citizens. And not long after that, I saw he was very true to his word. He developed programs that put city council people and community leaders in the boots of deputies, and on the other hand, he put together programs that put deputies in city council meetings. Obviously, I'm talking about what originally was the Citizens Advisory Board, followed by the Star Deputy Program, now known as the Citizens Academy. And it was pretty incredible how he opened up communication between the cities. You saw it with Brent earlier. And at first, some of the cities didn't really understand that program. They're like, why is there a deputy showing up at our city council meetings? We haven't had a fight here for a long time. And so why do we have a uniformed person here? And it didn't take long for them to become not only dependent on those deputies, but addicted. The sheriff heard if somebody didn't show up to a meeting that month, he knew about it. And that's just one of the things that he did for the community. But also we started to see deputies get elected as city council people in several communities. And so it really opened up a whole new realm of understanding for deputies and for the cities alike. I sat up till 3 a.m. last night trying to write this presentation. And it couldn't be written. It could only come from the heart. And if I started trying to list all of the accomplishments that I've watched Sheriff Nelson develop over the last 17 years, we'd be here till the wee hours of the morning. And you don't want to hear me talk that much. I want to tell you what he's taught me over the past 17 years. Once upon a time, I had things at home that were affecting my performance at work. And in a meeting with my sergeant about it, he told me, he's like, you know, the sheriff knows, and he's concerned. He doesn't want to lose you. So you need to do what you need to do. And it so impressed me that he knew what was going on. And that I was one deputy in this big sheriff's office, and that meant something to him, and that I was worth saving. And he wanted to take action to make sure that happened. Huge impression on me. And I know I'm not the only one. I know there are many deputies here that if you haven't had a hard time as a deputy in your service yet, you're going to. And be glad that Lynn Nelson's legacy is going to go on of saving key people and not just throwing you aside. He cares about every single one of you. It's been shown time and time again. More recently, I had an experience, who would have thought in animal control that I would have stumbled into something that got national media attention. And even though I thought I did the right thing, and I still feel like I did the right thing, reporters felt like I didn't do the right thing. And I kept thinking to myself, what's got to be going through the sheriff's head? And one day, I walked by his always open door, and I stepped in, and I said, sorry, boss. I'm losing all kinds of sleep over this too. Oh, I'm sorry about the attention that I brought. And he just looked me straight in the eyes, and he kind of leaned forward, and I'm like, now I'm going to get it. And he goes, Kenny, you worry too much. He says, you did a good job. You did what you're supposed to. You did it right, and if you didn't, we're going to fix it, and we're going to do it right next time. I can't tell you the weight that was lifted off my shoulders and what that means to me. And I know, again, I'm not the only one that has had this happen with Lynn. He's not a boss. He's a leader. But he's also part of the family. And I've looked up to him. I always have. And of course, we can't talk about Sheriff Nelson without talking about goals. And goals. And goals. Goals. I'm tired of hearing about goals, boss. But let me tell you something that I figured out real quick. Not only did he ask us to set goals, he taught us and provided us a lot of information on how to set goals and how to achieve those goals. Because as I learned early in my career, under his leadership, that little achievements are the bricks that pave the road to huge achievements. And I learned that from him. I learned that from his example and from his leadership. And the biggest thing that I would like to thank him for tonight, on behalf of myself and several other deputies that I've been talking to the last few days, is that he taught me what the office of the sheriff is. It's not a building. The office of the sheriff is not a person. It's been around a lot longer than any one of us. And it's going to continue on beyond all of us. We serve that office. And to be a part of it is a huge honor. And whatever we do, on duty or off duty, affects that office. If we do well, it affects it in a positive way. If we don't do well, it affects it in a negative way. And by affecting that office, we affect every single person in this room. We affect every citizen in the county that we serve. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to present this award of 17 years of recognition of 17 years of serving as our leader. Please put your hands together for Sheriff Lynn Nelson.